Special thanks to Patreon supporter Dark Archer for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Oshkosh L-ATV. The Oshkosh L-ATV, light combat tactical all-terrain vehicle, is a light utility/combat multi-role vehicle that won the U.S. military's Army-led Joint Light Tactical Vehicle program. In the very early stages of the program, it was suggested that the J-LTV would replace the AM General High Mobility Multi-Purpose Wheeled Vehicle, known as the Humvee, on a one-for-one basis. It is now suggested that the J-LTV will part replace the Humvee, not replace it on a like-for-like basis. Oshkosh's L-ATV will deliver a level of protection similar to that of current but far heavier and less maneuverable, mine-resistant, ambush-protected MRAP class designs. These have far more protection from blasts than up-armored M1114 Humvees. On August 25th, 2015, the L-ATV was selected as the primary winner of the J-LTV program. The first J-LTV delivery order was placed in March 2016, with the U.S. Army ordering 657 trucks. Overall, J-LTV requirements are 9,091 vehicles for the Marine Corps, with all to be delivered in 2022, and 49,099 for the Army, entering service in late 2019, with deliveries occurring through 2040. The Air Force and Navy will also receive small quantities of J-LTV, and all totals are subject to change. The Army received its first 7 J-LTVs for test at the end of September 2016. Colonel Shane Fulmer, J-LTV project manager, stated at an AUSA 2016 media briefing. So yeah, this right here is basically kind of like the future, I guess you can say, of a utility vehicle for basically the United States military, basically to replace the Humvee or kind of help phase the Humvee out, as the Humvee is extremely outdated for where it is and doesn't offer the same protection that basically the new battle scenes are requiring. And this right here basically delivers that. Upper armored vehicle, obviously better off-road capabilities, more capable for different types of armaments placed on it. You name it, it's pretty much got it. So a really beast of a vehicle, and kind of I guess, more modern version of the M-ATV that we've done a tutorial on in the past, a very long time ago. Pretty outdated design, but kind of goes along that same kind of concept of being that same kind of vehicle. This one here just kind of seeing a bit of an upgrade, I guess you can say. But overall, it's a pretty nice vehicle, and will make an awesome addition to any of your Modern Warfare maps if you're really looking for a cool, light utility vehicle for the United States military. Before we go and dive in and take a look at the build, I do want to go and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Dark Archer for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more you already do, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so, earn a vehicle request to your choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. It's really greatly appreciated, so I definitely highly recommend checking it out if you are interested in that program. With it though, let's go ahead and move in here to take a look at the L-ATV. So going ahead and moving into it, we have basically the front of the build here, nothing too fancy, just the front grille, some of the different instruments or different devices and stuff like that. You got like the little metal detector or something like that, very common on most MRAPs used by the United States military nowadays. Obviously all the antennas, communication equipment. We have the side mirrors, the front windows there for the driver and passenger, and we have the doors here, the side doors, and then doors right here, obviously. And up on top here, we do have a protected gun system. So this right here is basically a human-controlled gun. There is also versions of the L-ATV that do have the Crows 2 remote weapon system. So that also is something that can be put on this vehicle, but we do not have it in this tutorial. And then the back here, pretty simple. It's kind of got like this bed that you can put gear and stuff in. It's pretty bare bones in the back here, just because I imagine most of it would be filled with gear or equipment used by the squad or whatever that would be riding in one of these vehicles. And obviously the details here, spare tire and all that stuff. So overall, pretty nice looking vehicle, and should make an awesome addition, as I mentioned, to your Modern Warfare maps as a nice United States military vehicle. With that though, let's go and move into the tutorial. We'll begin with our first layer number 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer, we're going to be going ahead and start with layer 1. to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 polished black stone stairs. That will be upside down, back to back like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a stone brick top slab, iron trapdoor, stone brick top slab, and an air polished black stone upside down stair, and a second one coming off the back of it like that to make your front axle. From this point, we're going to go ahead and then build back from the wheels 1 and 2 blocks, followed by 1, 2, 3 birchwood trapdoors. Same thing over here, like so. We're going to go then skip a space of 1, going back, and we're going to place down our 2 polished black stone stairs, again on both sides here, like so, and like we did before, a stone brick top slab, iron trapdoor, stone brick top slab. We then can delete these blocks right here, and as you can see, we basically have this here for the base of the vehicle. So pretty straightforward stuff. That right there is pretty much it for layer 1. Pretty simple, just kind of laying the foundation there for the vehicle. With that though, let's move on to our next layer, layer number 2. Moving to layer 2, we have quite a bit more going on for this layer. We're going to start off by going ahead and going to each one of our wheels and just placing down 2 polished black stone stairs back to back for each one of these wheels, like this all the way around. So you should have a total of 4 of these wheels built. After that, we want to go ahead and then place down an anvil on top of those iron trapdoors, and then we're going to place down stone brick walls on top of those stone brick top slabs to the sides there. After that is all complete, we then want to take our polished black stone top slabs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 top slabs down the center, like so. And then we want to go ahead and grab ourselves fence gates here. We're going to place down first off, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone top slab here to both sides, and then a birchwood fence gate like that to both sides as well. And then again, a sandstone top slab out to the sides there. Coming off those sandstone top slabs, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, like so. And we're also going to place down a birchwood sign on the sides there of those sandstone top slabs. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame and also a tripwire hook. We're going to place down an item frame on these 2 fence gates, tripwire hooks in those item frames rotated so that they're facing downwards like so. And then in the very center, coming off that slab, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull like so. With that out of the way, going ahead and continue to work our way back, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves smooth sandstone. We're going to place down a row of 3 across, followed by a second row of 3, a third row, and then a 4th row, and a 5th row going back. Once we have that done, we want to go ahead and then go to our middle trapdoor. We're going to place down a birchwood fence gate, open it toward the vehicle, same thing over here, toward the vehicle, and then an end rod coming off both sides of that fence gate. So just like this to both sides. We also want to go ahead and place down a sandstone stair, going back from that sandstone top, or that polished black stone stair like so, for the fender. Now for this back section back here, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves a polished black stone wall. We're going to place down a polished black stone wall to the sides here, and then a smooth stone block there in the center. Coming off that wall, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull to both sides. After that is all complete, we're going to go ahead and then place down a sandstone block coming off that center anvil, followed by a sandstone upside down stair like this, and then we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate to both sides of that full block, and then an air fence gate right here coming off the side of the stair, which will open up toward it like so. Once we have that done, we want to go and then grab item frames. We're going to place down an item frame here coming off these fence gates to both sides, and we're going to go and then place down a tripwire hook and rotate it facing downwards like so. And we also want to place down a fence gate coming off the front here of the stair and open up toward that stair. With that done, we're going to go and then place down a birchwood trapdoor coming off this polished black stone stair to both sides, and we're going to go and then place down a black banner coming off that like so to go ahead and make the mud flaps there for the rear of the vehicle. At this point in time, we're going to go ahead and now grab some materials to make these banners, and we're going to be making the banners here for the wheels. So I'm going to go and grab the materials for that, and we'll make those banners. Alright guys, so these banners are pretty simple to make. We're going to be going ahead and using a loom, 2 black banners, 2 gray dye, and 4 black dye. We're going to place down our loom, go into our loom with our banners, and our gray dye. Our first banner, we're going to do the line on the left side here, vertically of gray dye, and our second banner is going to use the line on the right side, vertically. Both these banners will be placed back into the loom with our black dye. We're going to do the line horizontally across the top of black, and the line horizontally across the bottom. Same thing will be done for this banner as well. Once we have that done, these banners here will be placed on the side of these polished black stone stairs, like so, and we want it so that the gray is facing toward the center. So just like that. And once we have that all complete there, that's going to wrap up everything there is for layer number 2. And looking at it from above here, this is what it should look like for the top-down view. With that though, let's move on to our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to get started with here, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone stair like this to both sides. We're going to place down an item frame, connect off the stairs here toward the front, and we then want to place down black beds in the item frame rotated so that the pillow is kind of facing inwards at an angle like so. After that is all complete, we're going to go ahead and then place down a birchwood sign on the side of the stair like so for us on Java. Now, if you're on Java, basically Java is only able to place down item frames and signs in the same block space. If you're on a different version of Minecraft, you will not be able to do the same thing. If that's the case, just go ahead and place down the item frame and disregard the signs over them, and you'll pretty much get something very similar. We're going to go then place down a row 3 of iron bars between those stairs, and then coming off the center here, we're going to place down a end rod like so, a wither skeleton skull to both sides of that end rod, and we're just going to go ahead and leave that as is for right now. Now, coming off the face here of the stairs, we're going to place down an item frame, a orange concrete block in the item frame, and then a birchwood sign over it as well for us on Java. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. We're going to go then place down a row 3 of black concrete behind this row 3 of iron bars, and then a smooth sandstone block here in the center, and a stone brick wall to both sides. Over these wheels here, we're going to place down 2 sandstone upside down stairs like so to go ahead and create the fenders. And then after that, we want to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone cross, followed by a second row, a third, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, and 9 rows. Or actually, it's not going to go as far. It's going to stop at 6. So we're going to stop 3 less. So right there, we're actually going to stop. So it's only going to be 6 rows of 3 going back. Then at this point, we want to go ahead and place down a birchwood stair in the center, like so. Then 1, 2, 3 sandstone stairs on the side, and 1, 2, 3 over here as well. We then want to place down a row of 2 of sandstone slabs down the center. After that is all done, we want to go ahead and then place down a smooth sandstone block here to the sides. Item frames coming off those blocks. And then we're going to place down apples in those blocks like that. Item frames on the side here, like so. And then red concrete blocks in the item frames like that. Now these item frames with the red concrete blocks will place down a birchwood sign on the side of as well for us Java players. And then in the center here, we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate, and we also want to place down a birchwood sign come off the side here of these 2 stairs. After that's done, we want to go and then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of the stair here, open it forward, same thing over here. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a sandstone wall going forward. And we're going to take some stripped spruce wood, place down a stripped spruce wood block here, a birchwood button, same thing over here. And then we're going to place down a sandstone wall to both sides, 2 stripped birchwood blocks again on both sides, 2 birchwood buttons, and then a sandstone wall on both sides here in this section. So just like that. After that's all done, right here at this point we do have a difference, and this is going to be over here on the left side. So the left side here, this wall is actually going to be a birchwood log on its side, an item frame, a smooth sandstone block in the item frame, and then a birchwood button on the side there for us Java players. So that's going to be on the left side, and on the left side only that one little difference. In addition, after we have that all done, we do want to go ahead and make some additions here. So if you're on Java, or if you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, we're just going to place down a skeleton skull on the side of these 2 stairs here. However, if you're on Java, we can go ahead and kind of bring this up a notch. To do this, we're going to be going ahead and basically skipping a space from the stair, placing down a block like that, and over here, same thing. We're going to place down a lever on the sides of those blocks. Now at this point, we're going to go and type in /give space @p Minecraft :debug _stick. And this right here will be your command. Pressing enter will give you this glowing stick. We can then go up to these levers, left click the lever until we get selected facing. It should pop up, and by crouching and right clicking we can actually rotate the lever to connect up to those sandstone stairs. And that will just come off the sides there to both sides like so. And that again will be a Java only feature. If you're on a different version, just go ahead and throw a skeleton skull on the side of those there. Anyways though, with that out of the way, that is going to conclude layer 3, and with that let's move on to layer number 4. Moving into our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4 to start with, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a narrow brick fence post on top of this end rod right here. We then want to place down 3 birchwood trapdoors across this section here, and then 1, 2, 3 birchwood slabs, followed by again a birchwood trapdoor to both sides there, and then 1, 2, 3 pistons, which we'll go ahead and leave right now. If you are on a different version of Minecraft, I would recommend using the end portal frames instead of the pistons. We're going to go then place down a smooth sandstone slab to both sides like so. And after we have that done, we want to go and then place down a smooth sandstone block here in the center, a black stained glass block to the sides, and then we're going to go and then place down a sandstone wall to the sides there like so. Coming off that sandstone wall, we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate to the side, and then a polished black stone wall coming off that fence gate on the ends there. Once we have that done, we're also going to go ahead and place down an end rod on the right side on this lever here. And then going up from that lever, we're going to place down 2 direct walls. On the left side, however, we're going to place down a total of 5 iron bars going up. So we're going to go and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After that, we want to go and then take our skeleton skull, or actually not skeleton skulls, getting a little ahead of myself there. We're going to take our birchwood slabs, place it down the sides here. And we're going to go and place down a birchwood sign on the side there of those like so. We then can take our black concrete, and to kind of close off the inside here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 black concrete, and then a second row of 3, a third row, and then a fourth row, just kind of closing the inside off there. And then to the sides, we're going to place down a strip birchwood log, or block to both sides, then a tripwire hook on the side, a sandstone wall in the middle here between those two, then another strip birchwood log, and another tripwire hook to the sides. We're going to then place down 3 smooth sandstone blocks across, and then another stripped birchwood block to the sides with a birchwood button, like that. After we have that done, we want to go then place down a row of 1 and 2 birchwood fence gates here to the side, as well as a birchwood fence post coming up from, or on top of that slab right there. To the sides, we're going to place down a sandstone stair, then a sandstone slab going back, and then another sandstone stair like this to both sides. Then, at this point on the back of the stair, we're going to go ahead and place down a birchwood upside down stair, and we're going to go ahead and wrap birchwood signs around these 2 sides here. And then for the right side here, we're going to place down a polished black stone upside down stair and a second stair coming off it like so. And then this left side stair, we can place down a birchwood sign right there as well. And that right there will basically conclude what we have there on the back. And with that, that's going to pretty much conclude this layer, just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. And everything does appear to be good to go. One thing we are going to go ahead and change is up here on the front. We can go ahead and also use our debug technique. So going back to us Java players, we can place down a block that kind of comes up from the stair at an angle. We're going to place down a lever, and then we're going to use our debug stick here to go ahead and first left click to selected face. We're going to go and right click this into floor. Same thing over here, like so. And you can see here that they're already flicked out to the sides. That's how we want them. And we're going to go then place down a skeleton skull coming off those like so, out to the sides. So again, if you're on a different version, you may have to use some different blocks, but for Java, that's the best we got there, using the lever technique and all that stuff for that. Anyways, though, that right there is going to conclude that. And also, we can use our debug stick here for us Java players to go ahead and right-click those pistons to go ahead and get rid of that top layer there, and helps for the sloping there for the front of the vehicle. Anyways, though, that's it for layer number layer number 4, and with that, let's move on to layer number 5. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5, we're going to place down a black stained glass pane on top of this nether brick fence post, and then one more back, like so, for the front there. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a yellow stained glass pane here on that center block, and then a black stained glass pane to the sides there. We also want to go ahead and grab a skeleton skull, and we're just going to place it down on top of these 2 blocks, like so. Behind this, we're going to take our black stained glass, we're going to place down a row of 3 of full blocks across, and then a sandstone upside down stair to both sides, and a row of 3 of black stained glass across, and another sandstone upside down stair to both sides. At this point also, we're going to go ahead and place down a block on top of these polished black stone walls, and using our technique from before for levers, we're going to go ahead and left click until we get selected face. We're going to go ahead and set this to floor. Same thing over here, and we want the levers facing toward the outside there, and we're just going to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull at a slight angle on top there, like that. The levers aren't necessary, so if you are on a different version of Minecraft, I'd probably recommend just going ahead and disregarding the lever and just placing down the wither skeleton skull altogether, or trying to find an alternative. I think it's fine without the lever there also. We're going to go ahead and take our black stained glass, place down in our row 3 across this section here. This is going to be followed up with a yellow stained glass pane in these corners here. We then want to place down a smooth sandstone top slab, going back from those glass panes, as well as another row 3 of black stained glass full blocks going across here. And one quick change we'll go ahead and make here to kind of make this a better quality of life. We can go ahead and replace these 3 blocks here of glass with 3 full blocks of sandstone, so it just kind of helps fill that area in a little bit better. One thing you can also do for our debug stick here for us Java players is we can actually change the direction this glass pane faces, so it might take some playing around with, but you can actually go ahead and extend the glass pane in a direction that it normally wouldn't connect. And same thing can be even done up here for these glass panes. So it's kind of a nice technique there to kind of expand that, make the window look a little bit more thorough than what it was. So that right there is it for that. And then going to the back here, we're going to go ahead and just place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone across, then a sandstone wall to both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down a sandstone up-down stair, sandstone top slab going back from those stairs, and then another sandstone up-down stair on the end here. We then want to place down a birchwood fence post that's going to be kind of going up from this one at an angle like so, and then we're going to place down a birchwood trapdoor to both sides of it. We're also going to place down a stripped birchwood block on those birchwood stairs, and then we're going to place down 2 polished blackstone stairs back to back like that on top there. We're going to go do the same technique we did for our wheels using our banners. We're going to place it on the side there of those polished blackstone stairs like that. And after we have that done, just double check to make sure we're not missing anything and everything does appear to be good to go. That right there will conclude what we have there for layer number 5, and with that we'll be probably going ahead and moving into our last final layers to go ahead and complete the build. Alright guys, so moving into our final layers here, we have layers basically 6 through 10. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to start off by going ahead and placing down a sandstone upside down stair here. In this section here like that. We're going to go and then place down a sandstone full block back, and then a row 3 of sandstone upside stairs like this across. Now once we have that done there, we want to go ahead and then take our item frames. We're going to place down 3 item frames along the sides here. And in said item frames, we're going to place down black stained glass panes. So just like that. After that, we're going to go then place down a sandstone wall to both sides here on the front, and we're going to go then place down a birchwood trapdoor like that on the front there. We're going to go then place down a polished blackstone upside down stair between those walls, and coming off that, we're going to go and place down a end rod and then a chain like so. Going back from that, we're going to then place down a anvil and then a birchwood fence gate like so. We can also change this sandstone full block out for a birchwood log, which kind of helps create more of a hatch type look. So just like that, you need a little bit more of a hatch kind of look there from the top there. We're going to then place down jungle leaves. We're going to place down 1, 2, 1, 2 for a little bit of camouflage netting across the top, as well as a skeleton skull here in the middle, and then 1, 2, and 3 skeleton skulls across the back there. We then want to place down a birchwood sign on the sides here of those leaves. Same thing over here. And after that, we're going to go then place down a skeleton skull at a slight angle here on top of those upside down stairs. Once that's done, we're going to then place down a redstone repeater on top of the stair, separate the notches like so, and then also birchwood trapdoors on top of these 2 walls, open up toward the front there. Item frames coming off those trapdoors, and then black stained glass panes in those item frames, just like that. After that's all done, we're going to go then place down a wither skeleton skull on top of these 2 stairs here, and then also a wither skeleton skull at a slight angle on these 2 walls. After that, we're going to take our birchwood trapdoors, place down 1, 2, 3 across that section there, and then along the sides 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then across the back 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go then place down a end rod to the right side here. Going up from it, we're going to place down 2 diorite walls, and over here on the other side, we're going to place down a narrow brick fence post, and then go up 1, 2, 3, 4 iron bars up like that, like so. And then lastly, for our gun position here, we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone slabs that go above, kind of between those jungle leaves like that, to go ahead and make that netting across the top there. And once we have that all complete right there, that is going to pretty much wrap up my design there for the Oshkosh L-ATV. Hope you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use if you do end up using this tutorial. I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This be anything from a sound of the build, tweet to my channel, or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for your free use of favorite projects you guys are working on overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, all that fun stuff. But yeah, with that, again, big special thanks to Patreon supporter Dark Archer for making this tutorial possible, and as always, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.